G'day, I'm Ash, and it's that time again when we revisit Hell Let Loose. As someone goes, Hell Let Loose on a machine gun. The game that I quite enjoyed when I played it last, and that was late last year, with a lad called Weeby. And time before that, it was probably when the game was first announced. So curiosity has me tempted, as I've not really heard much of the game as of late. So why is it taking so long for me to get a video out like this? Well, several reasons. Firstly, it's a good game. Hell Let Loose is fucking fantastic. However, it lacked the social presence when the game was fully independent. When the Kickstarter and all the other things were going on in early alpha, we really did not get to play it much at all. The servers opened for the first time back in April of 2018, and well, it's been a full year since then. Hell, it's been a full year even since I covered Hell Let Loose, but the lack of videos has been due to a limiting factor. The servers are not generally open at all, let alone a public testing period. What resulted was the devs deciding that they, well, were not happy with the current game and wanted to polish the game up. This in turn left the community high and dry, as for a period of 8 months, testing was infrequent. It opened once in late 2018 and was put into beta. This kind of hit a nerve with me, as I wanted to cover this game, and it's simply just fantastic. But a lack of communication and news meant that the war correspondent role, or content creators, we never knew if the servers were going to be up. So this meant that whilst you had to create content for a game, there was only a limiting amount of time you could even consider getting content ready for the game in the first place. But anyway, this has since but changed, and they've got a publisher, Team 17, the same creators that created the Worms franchise, and they have been pushing out regular content and news on a frequent basis. So now you can sort of understand why there has been such a confusing time when trying to get this game covered. On one hand, it's, the early days were fascinating and exciting, but the hype kind of died off. But has it paid off? I think for the benefit of the community, the game has changed drastically. The graphics are fantastic, the sounds and visuals combined make for a fantastic immersion. The suppression system has been updated, there are tanks and soon to be more vehicles, there is artillery and support weapons which are all missing from when we got our hands on, well, the game early last year. But at what expense? Other games had public testing weekends or testing periods fairly regularly. This made sure that people got to play the game and test it at the same time, which allowed more content creators to focus out on, producing content. But from what I noticed, the dev team and the publishers recently are trying to rectify this. However, could it be too little too late? Remember that Postscriptum came out, Battlefield 5, Vanguard 1944, and even Rising Storm 2 Vietnam came out around the same time that this game was going through its early testing period. At the time, YouTube was not really that much in terms of realistic shooters on the market. As more casual players will remember, PUBG and Fortnite were still at the top of the charts, with Battlefield 5 and other games stealing the limelight and others' attention. While Squad and Armour was still going strong, Hell Let Loose kind of just disappeared in 2018 and merely faded away till the likes of other content creators started uploading content about the game. However, I have noticed that testing periods have increased, and hopefully so do the player numbers as a result. This could provide a good basis for more in-depth discussions regarding changes or new features to come to this particular game. So, what's new? Well, they reverted the service from a Hurtgen Forest map to the older Saint Demon map, and one of the biggest things they've done was fixed a bunch of first-person animations. As a result, the game feels really smooth and runs pretty good too. Gameplay is really fluid and fantastic, just moving around compared to previous testing periods is just so much better. The improvements of the game keep rolling out, and it's simply wonderful and a definite improvement over what it was. They fixed a huge amount of issues with artillery and so on, a bug where any shell landing or exploding in the area would put you in a Polaroid camera field with huge FPS drops, as well as stuttering and freezing. They changed the feel of tanks and a major amount of other fixes during the last month as well. Now, the game comes out this year on June the 6th, so it appears that the team is hard at work, and there are currently a testing period going on as I speak. Servers are generally pretty filled, but the team are hard at work to try and get the game ready for its release. And I have to say, the team has done a fantastic job. It's utterly astounding. I'm really impressed and really interested to see what they're going to do moving forward. I'll be honest, the last major public test had severe issues, and while I was excited to play the game, realizing there were so many issues with animation, desync and optimization kind of just put me off. Yet, I remained hopeful that this game is something that people will really want to play, and people will be excited for pending release. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. I've been following the game development since early last year, and I'm just really hoping for the best. This is probably one of the most anticipated shooters, if not my most anticipated shooter of last year, and playing the last test completely erased this game from my radar, but I thought in and just thought about jumping in and giving it another look. This game is just stunning, and as for the outlook of the game, it is very promising. I just do hope that they market the game some more and bring some more public tests out. That way we can stress test the servers and do some more tests regarding balancing and other critical functions. But overall, I hope that you can also experience what I am, as I find that the more people enjoying the game and playing the game is better for the community as a whole. I just really wish that there was more testing periods, that way we'd be able to play the game a little more. I will be continuing to follow this game's development, as I find it thoroughly interesting, and, well, it's a blast to play this game. Compared to other realistic shooters, this one had a bit more soul. Postscriptum felt like too much of a pixel shooter. Battlefield 5 felt too arcadey. You know, Rising Storm 2 was fun, but you really needed to have a group of friends. Other games have similar dynamics, or they're just battle royales, and this game sort of has a great deal of potential, and I just wish that something would be more done about it. You know, speaking of other shooters too, I mean, I would produce other content on other first-person shooters, but this game really captures everything that I wanted. It is a game that encapsulated my fantasies as a child from playing Call of Duty World War II, and stepping into more historic games with, you know, outfits that are actually historical instead of more arcade-based is just utterly fantastic. I'm enjoying this game too much. As much as I'm enjoying other games, this one has just really provided that sort of sense of satisfaction. Are you planning to pick up Hell Let Loose? Are you interested in Hell Let Loose? Are you going to even consider playing or, you know, continue following Hell Let Loose? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for all of your recent comments. I have read them all. It's been fantastic to see this community grow recently. Also, I am trying to hit 10,000 subscribers, so if you like what you see, consider supporting the channel by subscribing. Follow me on Twitter and check out the Discord server in the description down below. Thank you again to everyone who has, well, followed the channel recently. It has been fantastic to see, even, well, with dwindling numbers as a whole, that some of you still come back to watch some of my content. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. My name's Ash, and I'll catch you in the next one.